Live now.
I felt shy, so I had to leave again. I was just trying to finish up this one little bowl of cream of
We're
cereal,
live.
cream of stuff. I was just
Captain Crunch.
finish up this one little bowl of cream of. Oh
Okay,
no,
there's
I hear
some
an echo.
echoing.
Cream of stuff.
Captain Crunch.
There's some echo.
I didn't do it, man. I'm not watching.
Oh, that's me.
Uh-huh.
Just
I know
kidding.
they mean because I have to put the mic in my face to be heard.
I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. So I'm just pulling up the chat.
Are you guys ready to talk about the universe and all the secrets that lie within the consciousness in your chakras after you get rid of your blockage? I call it taking a poop, but whatever.
Oh
What kind
my
of walk are you talking about?
Hi everyone. Welcome to the Raven Wolf channel. We have the R&R Show part 2 from yesterday. And we have Ransom, my co-host, and Brian as our guest. So welcome to the Raven Wolf channel, to the R&R Show.
Welcome to the R&Rs.
Well, thank you. It's good to be here.
It's been a while, huh?
It has been a while. Actually, we've both been busy, but that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So how are you, Ransom?
I'm all right, except for they canceled the stupid balloon thing. Then I went over and waited forever for it, and it never happened.
Oh, that sucks.
It's like a big jerk off with no release, man. It was rough. No, I'm just joking. I saw a pretty rainbow, though. That was kind of worth it.
I was going to say, you did get a little bit of joy out of it.
Awesome.
Yeah. When I used to live in Reno, I love it up there. I don't know. I really love it. I lived in Reno for like almost 3 years. I went to actually Truckee Meadow Community College there in Reno. And I love it. Every month, like starting this summer, it was a different theme, like the hot air balloon race, and all the balloons will be in the sky, and it was awesome. And then there was like the hot August nights, all the hot rods, and there were the street vibrations, which it was like motorcycles, and it was like really cool town to live. I turned 21 when I was living in Reno, so I actually went to a casino and won $300.
Happy birthday!
Well,
right?
Technically, it was 200, but I was playing on a 3-card poker. That's all I know how to play, a 3-card poker. And the lady that gives the coins, she accidentally gave me an extra $100 chip.
Ooh,
and I was like, all right, it's time to go cash it. Like, I was like, I'm good, let's go.
She got fired.
So yeah, I thought that was cool. Have you been to a casino before?
Oh yeah.
Any of you?
I don't gamble though. I just go in there and look at all the people and trip out. I might go to the bar. They sometimes they have free stuff there, and that'll be like one of the few times I'll drink something because I can't smoke a joint in there.
What about
you?
you?
I'm surprised people have casinos now where you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess in Colorado, if they got any casinos there, I bet they don't mind. You're just sitting down there puffing away. Now they probably can make you go outside, or they have one of those stupid plastic bubbles like they do for the smokers, tobacco smokers.
Probably.
I went in one of those things one time.
Go to the 420 room.
Dude, I'm telling you, I went to one at a hospital.
That's a whole new industry.
But the tobacco ones are like a death trap. I was tripping. The people that do your health in the hospital, they all go outside and they cram inside this little fiberglass bubble that's transparent. And everybody's in there smoking. And it's like not just your smoke, but their smoke. And it's hot because the sun's coming through the plastic.
It's terrible.
This is a hell of a way to make people quit smoking. Yeah, it's cruel and unusual. Either that or make them die faster of lung cancer for sure in there.
Yeah, for real.
At least if you ran out of cigarettes, you could step into the smoking too. Wouldn't even have smoke, just sit there and breathe.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's say hi to everyone in the chat here. We have Morning Matthew, Anya. Oh my gosh, my throat. Deborah, Twin Crow.
You were in one of those boxes?
Tyler, Kaylee, Nicole, Deborah, Dawn. Thank you for stopping by. Josie, Johan, Aurora, Rain, Andrew. All of you, thank you for watching. So,
oops, whatever.
So I have a few articles, vaccine articles, because yesterday.
I don't want any vaccines. You can't force me.
Well, not vaccines. They're like about different stuff.
I'm just kidding.
But sorry, my throat is not good. Okay. So I thought yesterday, you know, usually when we do the R&R show, Ransom says his 420 news, and then I put my vaccine pharmaceutical information, you know.
Yeah.
But since I was late, I did not have time to do that. So let me see. Let me see if I can screen share.
Do it. Do it.
Okay. All right.
There's us.
Can you guys see this?
Yep.
All right. So this one is about Prozac. Prozac is an antidepressant, right? Anyways, Prozac causes antibiotic resistance, study claims. So one of the most popular antidepressants in the world is now being linked to antibiotic resistance. Fluoxetine, known by the popular brand name Prozac, is now being implicated by Australia.
Or fluoride. I'm sorry.
For stimulating the antibiotic-resistant environment. The news is groundbreaking because it shows that antibiotic resistance is not only singularly being caused by the overprescription of antibiotics, rather by a potential number of drugs. What were you gonna say, Ransom?
Oh, look at the name of the drug that they're actually calling the regular drug, not the brand name. See what it's called?
Fluoxetine.
Yeah, but what they mean is fluoride.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because it's I'm about positive. Well, I'll have to check again. I know several of these antidepressants are they're made out of fluoride. Like their base ingredient is sodium fluoride. So it's like dosing yourself on top of the crap in the water. And wonder why you're lethargic and you don't feel excited about life anymore. But I don't try to kill myself that often now.
Oh my God. So it says that the study uses fluoxetine and the bacteria E. coli together in baths that change on a daily basis for 30 days. Mutated bacteria were then transferred to environments that introduce an antibiotic. The new environment showed that the bacteria had grown resistant to amoxicillin, chloramphenicol, and tetracycline, and all of the which are very popular and widely prescribed antibiotics.
Yeah, I don't take those that often, man. Not unless I'm real sick and I know I have an infection, for sure.
Well,
but yeah, that is messed up. But think about all those what are they? RSI reuptake inhibitors. I probably said that wrong.
Yes, yes, RSIS.
Yeah, something
like that. Yeah, whatever. I can't say it, but yes.
Maybe
RSIAs. So what do you think, Brian?
I mean, you know, not only are they putting the fluoride alone, now I can tell you one thing. Since Ice Station Z sent me that Berkey water filter, I can tell a difference from not having the fluoride because it's been about a month now, and I can definitely tell as far as clarity goes, and you know, maybe even not feeling as lethargic.
Yeah.
Big difference. So I mean, you know, it's in our toothpaste, it's in our water, they're spraying on us. It's coming from everywhere. We're just guinea pigs. That's what my thought is.
Yeah. And then this New Jersey doctor accused of overprescribing opioids following an undercover sting operation.
Well.
And I'm pretty sure he's not the only doctor that overprescribes.
Hell no, that stuff's like a smack on the streets now.
No, I'm telling you, all doctors that prescribe those pain pills overprescribe.
Yeah.
Because in real life, you shouldn't get more than a week's prescription because you're hooked after that.
Yeah, you don't, and it doesn't need that much. You're supposed to, you know how like if you hurt your foot or whatever, yeah, it needs to heal up, but you also need to use stuff.
They're opioids.
You need to use your body though to heal up, and these things make you want to sit on your ass and not exercise the hurt part, and then you turn into a gimp.
And you end up doing more damage to your back. I've been down this road. I used to be hooked on the opioids, and all it did was do more damage to my back.
They always jack my stomach up. Because I'm not gonna lie, I've taken a bunch of Oxycontin and stuff like that recreationally, not like all the time. But sometimes I would do it. I'd have it in, and you get a little alcohol drink, and that'll intensify the crap out of it. So I don't know how they're expecting people not to have fun on that on purpose. And then I can see how addictive personalities could just doing that every weekend or every day. Some people.
So he was. Go ahead, Brian. No,
I was just going to say it only takes 3 or 4 days before you're hooked anyway. So I mean, it don't take long till it's an addiction.
Exactly. He was overprescribing Oxycontin and fentanyl to patients.
Ooh, fentanyl's the new. That's the new popular one. Like everybody everywhere is talking about fentanyl. Ooh.
All right, so check this out. Remember last year's hurricane that devastated Puerto Rico?
Yes.
Well, apparently they found this many waters hidden.
Oh, are those bottled waters? Like
Yes.
in the package, in the crate or whatever?
The bottles of water are covered in a blue tarp, with some areas of the tarp probably or notably peeled back display the bottles.
Yeah, that's where people were getting into the supply.
Although you don't believe it, almost 1 million boxes of water that were never delivered to the villages. Wow.
Were the Clintons in charge of this one too?
FEMA.
Like Haiti here. No.
They found entire, like those crates that they haul on those big ocean liners. They found entire crates full of food that just went rotten.
In Puerto Rico?
Mm-hmm.
You remember the mayor was playing games because she didn't like Trump, so she was trying to not let people get the stuff off the docks, and then they got the union down there involved in it, acting like they're not going to work because they weren't getting paid enough to deliver the emergency goods to people. So and that's messed up. That's why I think when you saw Harvey in Texas, they didn't wait for the federal government or no foreign countries, man. It was everybody in Texas was trying to help each other out and get it back to normal as soon as possible.
Yeah. So it says here, this tweet, I guess, from this guy, David Begnod or whatever, it says it was that FEMA confirmed, according to FEMA, confirmed the news. So, and that the discovery could lead credence to Trump's claim that the federal response to Maria was stifled by local Puerto Rican officials.
I hate when I get stifled, man. That's something that all men hate.
Stifled?
No, I mean stifled.
Shut up.
I think that's known in the South as whiskey dick. Damn adult TV.
Whatever.
Sorry, it's nighttime.
Oh my God. I'm embarrassed now. What the hell?
Children to bed.
All right. So anyways, this Oklahoma gubernatorial candidate opposes mandatory vaccines.
Good. I like him already.
How refreshing.
Let's see, what else does he?
He said that he did not vaccinate his children and believed that the mandatory vaccines is a symptom of the government overreach.
Oh, wow. I like this guy even more now. Let's keep, I don't even know him. I never heard of him. I'm already liking him.
He opposes any legislation that will mandate vaccine for children attending Oklahoma public school system.
Dang.
He says, I believe in choice, and we've got 6 children and we don't vaccinate. We don't do vaccinates in all of our children. So we definitely choose which ones we're going to do. It's going to be up to the parents. We can never mandate that.
Yeah.
I think there's legislation right now that they are trying to mandate to go to public school. It's absolutely wrong. My wife was homeschooled I went to public school. Our kids go to Christian school, and that back to parents' choice. Whatever.
I can't argue with them.
Vote for Kevin Smith.
That sounded like some shit I would say. I don't want the government telling me what I should or shouldn't do with my child. And unless, I do think there is a point when someone's being so moronic, and I'm not talking about vaccines or nothing like that. They try to make it like that's the same thing. But when you see people, beating on their kids or endangering their kids, or they're just straight up not feeding them or neglecting them, sometimes you got to step in. And that's what those the state things are for. But they like to mess with people that just homeschool or, you got all organic food at your house. You're feeding your kid hippie food. We're going to take them and put them in a home that gives them Captain Crunch and all of that. Mickey D's on the way over there. We're going to eat some of that pink slime between two pieces of bread. That's funny. I got this story too out.
With the green peppers and the onions. That's so funny, man.
So apparently this Weather Channel reporter appears to fake the struggle with the hurricane winds.
Yeah. They've been known for this for a long time, though.
So can I play it? Would I get copyright if I play it?
I planned on doing it later if you don't do it. I put it on my Twitter so I'd remember to look at these fake guys, because it's not just him. It's Anderson Cooper that was doing it too. They were out there and they put a set together, and he waded out to the deepest part of a thing, and then they're trying to fake it to look like, oh my God, this is the worst hurricane in centuries. But if it was really bad, they wouldn't be out there. Oh yeah, was that the weird odd picture there?
Yeah, I wanted to show that. Hold on.
It's messed
Hold
up.
on. I have to find it again. Hold on. But that's crazy, huh?
You want me to be the butt of the jokes tonight? Okay. No.
No.
Those were not very flattering pictures. I agree. Whatever. I'm not very photogenic.
All right, so hold on. Let me open this and screen share.
Hey, you better pause that or you're going to get copyrighted. I know that guy. He runs a YouTube channel.
Where'd Milky go?
Huh?
Where you go?
He's right there.
Oh, there you are.
You went black.
Your screen went black.
Well, he's there on my...
Oh, did it?
I don't know.
All right, so
it was still
I have to
that.
let you guys know that Ransom, it's an international hero.
That's funny.
This he got on the Daily Star and the UK News. Researchers explore sunspot solar observatory ghost town.
Yeah,
so,
I'm a researcher, y'all.
This is a picture that they pick of Ransom.
Very funny, very funny. And they misquote my videos, those bastards. No, I'm just joking. That's pretty cool though. There, now I made my mark. I can retire. That'll be in the Google in the future. I'll be like, who's that guy? He's that guy that had those weird pictures, remember?
All I hear is, I'm DJ Ransom and I approve this message.
Right.
Here, let's see.
Oh my God.
Inside there too, and it's blocked off.
That's you.
Yeah, I know.
You can
That's
see
funny.
They got police tape.
Yeah, they're using my video, man.
And in car here, so I don't know what's up with that.
I'm glad I'm not one of those guys that go, I don't want him using my content. Turn it off. Like Mark Dice, that still won't remove the strike from me, man. He'll talk to me on Twitter. He'll blow it off if I ask him, hey, man, can you remove that strike on that one video I deleted, man? All right, I got your point. Don't load none of your videos. You don't like to share. But I guess if you talk over it, though, you're allowed to, because then then it's satire. And he does that on his channel. I should get one where I voice Mark Dice, right? You know how he does that CNN guy? But I'll do Mark Dice.
Deborah says he's an FBI agent.
Oh, yeah. That's funny. Secure team. I don't know if they're FBI, if they're armed. What's going on?
What was I going to say? So don't you have some news too, Ransom?
Yeah. Let me set it up. You know what I should have did if I'd have known it was going to turn out this way, because now they got security up there because of us, because of the drone guy. And the drone guy talked to him, and they were saying you can't photograph the buildings. And I feel like being a dick and just going up there to the private easeway on the road and filming their buildings anyway. And when the rent-a-cop comes up and says, hey, you can't film these buildings, and I'd be like, oh, you never heard of the First Amendment? If it's in the public, you know, there's no privy to privacy. Sorry about that, but I can see your buildings from right here, and you can't say shit about it. Now, granted, you can say I can no longer walk down the streets of that thing and take pictures. That's fine. But the drone guy, he could send that shit up all day long and look at their stuff. What are they going to do about it? Unless the FBI does come and like everybody disappears and stuff. So right now, I'm telling you guys, I don't have any plans on moving like abruptly just over a week's time. So that's not me. I don't want to be a sun spotter.
All right, share your news.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. There we go. Oh, you know though, I watched one of those videos that somebody did with the robot voice, and it was pretty weird. They said I was a brave man. One brave man. But it was a computer voice, so it's kind of creepy.
Hi, James. Oh, wow. So, yeah, there's multiple videos of you out in the web.
Well, that's cool. Hope they don't show up at my house, but I didn't leave my address in none of them. It's just frozen. It should be sharing one of these days.
There. Kind of.
Is it sharing? Or you got a black screen?
Black screen.
It says has started screen sharing.
There we are. Can you see it now?
No, your screen is black.
My screen is black.
Okay, there.
There we go.
Oh, that's what it is. It just took a while to catch up. There's some lag going on. But anyway, check it out. Russia's biggest war games include submarine hunt in the Pacific over here. So there, you know, Russia's if they're gonna fight, it'll be right on our doorstep out this ocean. It's not gonna be like people think where they're gonna send a bunch of missiles everywhere. It'll be a bunch of people playing with their toys out in the ocean for probably months on end. I'm just wondering if they're wanting to destroy all this stuff so they could break out the AI stuff, because, you know, it's all sitting in warehouses and ready to go, and they're tired of these old toys. They want to play with new toys. These are really just rich people. But I thought this was messed up. Somebody needs to kick Kim Jong-il in the butt. Look at this poor thing. It's having its baby right there, and there's nobody to help it, and there's algae growing on the turtles.
Where's this?
Oh.
This is the North Korean zoo.
Oh my God.
He's like, what?
Smoking a cigarette? What the hell?
Hey, there used to be a black bear that was outside of the Smoky Mountains in North Carolina that smoked cigarettes.
What?
And it also drank knee-high drinks, yeah.
Yeah, they get addicted to that stuff. But no, it's messed up. It's not just that. It's the you know, you got these cigarette smoking chimps. I guess they're not feeding them right. This tiger looks pretty buff though. But you know how over here we get all involved in that at our zoo, so that's why they're kind of making it sound really, really bad. But that's messed up.
That might be actually better that, you know, just let it happen naturally. That's the way it happens in nature.
What?
Yeah. Isn't there supposed to be another turtle that comes along and gives this one a haircut?
Oh my God.
It actually, no, but Brian's right. This looks like something that would work out in nature. I mean, it's just a floating moss ball.
That was from Jamaica.
Hey, there's the cigarette smoking bears down here. It looks like they're looking to to escape here. Look.
Is that in
Yeah,
where?
this is all North Korea.
Oh, okay. Still one.
I just thought it was trippy.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad about the little tiger. It was licking the stillborn, trying to get it up. But that's okay. Over here in the U.S., or maybe not the U.S., where was it? Warrington. Gulliver's World in Warrington. Where is that? I forgot. Anyway, the wheels came off their thing and scared all the little kitties. They got terrified. Around 21 young persons are said to have become stuck on a ride for more than an hour at the popular theme park in Warrington. Fire crew said 21 people were stuck on the roller coaster, but I guess the wheels fell off.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I like roller coaster rides and stuff, and I know Anya went on one here recently, but I don't know, like, I seen some crazy stuff.
Well, I'm just thinking about those hardcore things. You ever see those parks with the super duper rides that are all doing crazy stuff? And I keep thinking, yeah, that thing's going to break and it's going to launch out into the next parking lot. And
yeah, I've seen some creepy videos about, I don't know. I used to love, like, roller coasters, but I don't know now.
What do you think, Brian? Would you go to this theme park afterwards?
Yeah, I used to love theme parks, dude, but now, like, where my back's at, I just can't do it no more.
I saw one earlier where this lady was screaming. My kid made me watch it. It's one of those ones they launch you on like a big rubber band. And the old man, you could just see that this told you a lot about these two people's lives. The old man was just smiling and laughing, and they're old as shit, and he's trying to have a good time, and his wife is screaming and reaching for his hand. I want off! I want off! Like, stop, but you have to wait for it to be over. They can't do nothing about it once you're launched up there and you're bouncing back and forth.
Oh my God.
You guys hungry?
Oh.
You like your chicken hearts cooked? Well, not at KFC anymore. New item. The Colonel is offering raw chicken heart now, at least according to one customer. Look, it was slimy.
I got a question for y'all. Do you know why they switched the name from Kentucky Fried Chicken to KFC?
No.
Because legally can't call it chicken anymore.
No way, really?
Swear to God.
Because what?
They can't legally call it chicken anymore. It's got so many hormones and altered genetics.
What is it? What do we call it?
That's why the bones are real small, but there's a bunch of meat on it because they're genetically altered.
Yeah, it's GMO meat. They swear up and down though that they're not giving you that in different places, and I think they just label it.
I use it for fishing. Pyramid 7 said that.
Hell yeah, the fish love that GMO heart there. It's not even. You know what? I would respectfully go back up to the front. I'm allergic to chicken. I don't eat none of the shit, so I'm good.
Chicken-ish.
But if I was eating that, because I've ate other gizzards, like when I was little, they fed me gizzards and stuff, organic farm chickens. I never got sick from chicken legs or chicken breast, none of it. But then, like, as a later teenager and adult, I started eating at these places and getting sick all the time. And then I found out the grocery store chicken does it too. And I don't know what it is, but it makes me sick, so I don't eat it. And look at that, though. I would go back up there and ask them and say, I asked for extra crispy. I'm not sure if you guys understand that this is not crispy. Could you please cook this heart and give it back to me?
Oh, my God.
No, I'm just joking. I wouldn't. That's pretty gross, though.
It's like,
what would you do if you found raw parts in your food?
Oh, my gosh, stop it. Oh, that's gross.
Because this guy said he got a tender box. Oh, that's what it is.
Good night, Deborah.
I figured it out. I solved the mystery. They're from Australia. They don't know they don't know about the secret herbs and spices and the Sanders here. They didn't do it right down under.
Gross.
Whatever. It's raw chicken, man. Hey, they're denying that it's aliens though over there. So they've made a comment now, NASA and the observatory people.
Oh yeah?
They deny it, man. No aliens did nothing. It's all files related.
You know, by them just saying that, it makes us more suspicious.
I just want to inform everyone so you don't, wander off on
There's nothing to look over here. Don't look here.
Yeah, don't look here. Definitely. Well, I'm just saying, why would they lie? It's the New Mexico Solar Observatory. They're saying aliens don't have nothing to do with it. You should just listen.
Here's my question, though. Like, why did they close 6 more? So it's not a singled out incident.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with those other ones and the webcams that they've turned off so you can't look no more. Because they still work. Somebody's watching them and they just ain't letting us.
To me, that's a sign that it has to do with something with the sun. It's got to be something either wrong with the sun. I think it's something wrong with the sun. That's just the feeling I get.
It may be. And not only that, did you guys know that there was 3 massive, supposedly previously undiscovered asteroids that went by the Earth on the 6th and the 7th?
There was 2 today. I got alerts on my phone.
Well, it's a trip though. Is that was the same dates they closed down the thing that's looking in space? And I'm wondering if they didn't want to let people know that these big rocks that came by or whatever, maybe they weren't rocks.
That's a good point. Well, or maybe they didn't want to know how close they really were.
They didn't want to freak everybody out when they saw them burn into the sun, and they know them things just flew past us. And they claim they didn't know about it to the last minute. So it was like they were pretty much already here when they discovered them.
Wow.
I never worry about stuff like that because I know if it's a real big one, we won't care. I mean, it'll just be it'll be over before you know it. You won't have to worry about shit.
That's messed up.
Oh, but check this out. So a record 7 named storms are swirling across the globe. Kind of like the Day After Tomorrow movie, man. What do you guys think about that? Look at all these storms across the globe here. All in the same line. And it's all right around those earthquake zones.
Weather modification.
Mm-hmm.
Weird. I don't know.
You know, the other day, last week, I think it was Thursday, I was driving, and on the freeway, you know, they have signs sometimes, like sometimes they put Amber Alert information on those signs, or anyways, it says a storm forming on the Gulf, be prepared. And I'm like, oh, no, why?
Well, you got a couple to choose from, it looks like.
I don't want to deal with that because...
Pick your hurricane now.
Huh?
Pick your hurricane now so you could just throw a prediction. Do you think it'll be the first, second, or third one coming in a line there?
I don't know.
That goes into
I'm going to pick the third one.
The third one's going to the Gulf. You heard it here first. So what do you think, Milky, about all these storms that are just lined up in the same parallel or the whatever you call it, the same zones around the Earth? It's just like all these volcanoes, hurricanes, earthquakes, they're all kind of in this little band around the Earth.
You know, I mean, it could have something to do with the geomagnetics, but I think it has a whole lot to do with weather modification.
I do too. This looks like the, I don't know, it's almost like the new weather. They'll know what it is because they do it every year, and they just send out these storms in a row.
We saw this same pattern last year.
Yeah.
The same pattern.
For some reason, I feel like since they're all in the same pattern, I don't know, my first impression when I saw that is that they're trying to perfect something, because why do it in the same over and over? Like, why?
I don't know. But you know what this looked like to me, though?
Like, what are they trying to build? Like, what are they trying to manipulate?
I know this is a square picture, but you guys seen those pictures of like Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Jupiter. And they have these bands that go around them, you know, like because they're massive and they got the little storms. And that's what it looks like is going on Earth when we've always had kind of erratic all over the globe weather. This looks like a real pattern, like on those outer planets.
Hey, Anna, I can answer your question because he who controls the weather controls the globe.
True.
Yeah.
Then you control the food.
That's true. Hi, Jenny.
I think this is trippy.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, that's crazy. Just all.
I was gonna say something. How come every time there's gonna be a hurricane, they say it's gonna be huge, 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 and then when it comes, it's like really not bad. Like they always make it a big hype.
I think they love doing that.
They do, and they hype this one big time. You know, but I would like to say on maybe a positive note, I would like to think that, you know, I've seen a lot of these people putting out these prayer chains and meditations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, I like to think that maybe that had some influence.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what stopped it, like the Marshmallow Man last year.
Yes.
Speaking of that whole thing, you know, talking about my channel got banned, and then I thought, oh, well, there's a big hurricane coming. I threw my hurricane one from Irma back up on there because that was one of those that got banned. I thought it was funny that I'm like reliving last year almost.
Yeah. Oh. And you got just you're getting a lot of subs, huh? You're getting back where you were left on your original channel that got
I'm almost to where I was at.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that gotta be cool. Well, that is, unless we get censored Chinese search engine results, and you know, YouTube's owned by Google, so we'll get, like we've seen in the past, a bunch of censoring. And just please disregard the name of this website because I know that this is banned
It's
information.
drawn upon to yes.
But anyway, this is just someone's opinion. His name is Michael Thalen right here. He works for them, but he's talking about, well, it's not an opinion, his thing, but he's talking about the top Google employees have resigned in protest of the company's work on a censored search engine for China, because that means if they complete it in China, they're going to just slap it on over here. And I just wanted to hear you guys' thoughts on the incoming shutdown of information. I mean, like, there's all these people like us that get in circles that are into learning stuff, and it seems like what their real plan is to, first they put Facebook out there to plot out where everybody's connections were, who they talk to, who their family is, where they go, what they like, and then they're going to use all that information to cut you off from everyone else and only give you their version of things and what they want you to be doing. And it's scary, man. It's a bizarre idea.
I'm telling you, they're going to use China as a model. They're setting it up over there, and they'll try to implement it worldwide, but we will not let that happen.
Yeah. I was wondering if maybe it's about Nibiru here. No, I'm just joking. They're talking about this highly habitable now, 4.2 light years from the sun. That's not that far in space travel. I mean, it's still far for people. I mean, we might as well dream and dream because it'll take us forever to get there because we can't go the speed of light. Or can we? They got those, I don't know if you know this, but you know how they joke about how scientists, science fiction and science, which one comes first sometimes? And it seems like now when I watch TV, I'm watching these fictions where they make everything seem futuristic, but I realize that all of that shit is real and it's now. It's already happening. So they're trying to make you think it's imaginary. And then a long time ago, they were telling you imaginary shit that became reality.
That's just like Star Wars. That shit was real.
Yeah, like on Star Trek, they had that ion engine thing, and now some NASA guy built it, and basically it just pings particles off this dish until it starts going super fast through the galaxy.
Yep.
That's crazy.
So they built that shit already.
Those shows.
Do what?
So that's crazy. I still have yet to see Star Wars or Star Trek or whatever.
Well, it's because you're a girl, I think. Even though a lot of girls like it, for some reason, a lot of girls just despise Star Trek, Star Wars, anything
I don't despise or anything. I was just never.
You know why? Because their boyfriends and their men pay attention to those sci-fi things instead of them, and they get jealous. That's why.
I think you would like Star Wars more than Star Trek.
I do too, because it's got a philosophy in it.
Yeah.
Then you said that I look like one of, what was it, Ransom? One of the Star Trek.
Oh, no, on one episode you had a guest on and you had your hair fixed up and it looked like you were one of the Vulcan chicks on Star Trek. But Brian's right. I like Star Wars better because of that there is a philosophy behind the whole thing. And it's about dark and light and willpower and intent and the energy field around us, which is all kind of real stuff crammed into a fiction.
Well, and that force that they're talking about, that's what we're all trying to attain now, through meditation, that chi.
Yeah, we know that it's real to manipulate the outside world. I mean, that double slot study shows if you're looking at photons and they change their behavior, but only when you're looking at them, only when you're observing them or thinking of them, that is proof already made that there is such a thing as mind over matter, because photons are just highly energized pieces of matter. They are particles. They are a piece of matter. That's why they get pulled in by black holes. And that proves that we could do that, and we may be able to aid it with technology. And I think that's what a bunch of these transhumanists are trying to jump forward. They're kind of like the Sith, because in the Star Wars thing, the Sith they use artificial crystals for their lightsabers and their stuff, but the Jedi use the natural ones found on planets and stuff.
Hence the blue and red.
Well, I think that I will like, now that you told me before what it's about, and I think that I'll be more into the movie,
Yeah, you should watch it in actual order. Start with episode, what would be 1, and then watch 2, 3, and then watch Star Wars Return of the. Do it that way. Do it that way.
Maybe I should watch it and do a review of the movie.
And disregard Jar Jar. Just disregard the character Jar Jar Binks. I think you'll be good.
I guarantee you that'd probably pull a lot of views if you, especially being a female and doing Star Wars review.
Yeah, reaction video, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. No, not reaction video, but I will watch it and then I'll say what I thought about it.
There you go.
Oh, this is the same one. It opened twice. What the hell? This is what we're all after, though, because human beings just run around with a quantum computer attached to our body, right. And these transhumanists and stuff are trying to build an artificial one so they could get down to the quantum level and open up other dimensions with particles that interact in both dimensions. Which, if you've been following CERN, they've been doing it already. So they're getting particles from somewhere else, and then if you know anything about these quantum computers, they're going down to they're like super cool, these parts, and then they go down to the subatomic and down to the quantum level, and as far as they can go, and they're pulling information from there, and no one's asking who the fuck's giving it.
And they use human DNA in them too, don't you?
Yeah, and now that they got that, they got that printable. They got printable, vice versa, both from the computer to your body and from your body into the computer. You can put DNA now.
That's why have you seen that movie, The Beyond, on Netflix?
What is it?
The Beyond.
I saw that. I put that on my watch list to check it out.
Watch it immediately. Immediately. I swear to God, you will not regret it.
I canceled my old bank. I think I can't. I opened a new bank account, and I don't think I changed the Netflix thing, and I can't get my Netflix.
You heard of somebody in the audience. Email her a private message with a Netflix password and login name so she can watch Beyond right now.
I use somebody else's, right? Give it to you.
Actually, I could stream it through the Zoom privately. I can't do it, of course, on YouTube.
I'm telling you, watch it immediately. Y'all will both dig it. It's about all this consciousness, implementing brains into AI bodies, everything.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I noticed that's they're really pushing that in these movies, like Player One, and then there's this other one that they're talking about where they keep going into this LARPing world, and then it gets more and more addictive, and they're staying there longer and longer. So, but until they can throw you in there and put your body on ice, I mean, wouldn't that suck? You wake up, you've shit and pissed yourself, and you're old now, and who fed you while you were in there? You know what I mean? They just put a tube in your stomach.
Well, it's like that Ready Player One. They had those trailers just stacked on each other because nobody ever left. They stayed in there with their 3D goggles on all the time. That
was
and these are the dorks bringing you this. Look, they're innocent. They're innocent, and they're non-threatening. They're just totally beta males, but they're going to be controlling the most information anywhere. And I'm sure that these guys don't get to look at the whole picture. I bet they're compartmentalized on different problems with that computer. You got somebody up there at the top of the pyramid putting all the information together in their own quantum computer to figure out what to do with it. I think that's what the Germans did, and I think that's what New Age, a lot of this quantum stuff is trying to recreate what the Thule Society was doing through seance and meditation and different stuff, and using different drugs. You notice that the Nazis were into using different forms of drugs. They were the first to break out with monosodium glutamate, methamphetamines. I believe they had a form of LSD before the CIA got a hold of it. It's just crazy stuff, man. Where was it? Yeah, see, here's the original video of that. You want to watch it, Anna?
Yes.
Look at these guys.
Hey, did you see where the FDA passed it where magic mushrooms are now prescribed for depression?
Yeah, that's awesome. And for PTSD,
Yep,
you know, that stuff's proven to make you have better eyesight. If you have eye problems, go trip on some mushrooms. When you're done, you'll have better eyesight. It like resets your you guys want to hear this? I'm sorry, I didn't put the sound.
Sure.
It's a bunch of people making fun of them.
It's really getting bad. The hurricane, the winds and rain.
There we go.
Nasty some beers. We had some beers like this last night.
Under hurricane force,
As you can see, the hurricane, the winds and rain is really
Michael,
picked
get
up.
off that damn table!
Mom, go inside. Well, we got gusts of about 12 miles an hour, working all the way up to 17 miles an hour. I don't know if we're gonna make it, but I'll tell you what, it's raining pretty hard out here. It's really getting bad. There's beer bottles everywhere. Do not come to this area.
Trying to maintain our sanity. Please, folks, take heed to the hurricane warning. Stay inside.
There it is.
Damn.
A bunch of weirdos. And
Dude, I was watching ABC the other day, and that guy was doing one of those poses, and he was holding on to this pole, and I swear you could tell his arm was shaking him. He was making his body shake.
yeah. And then Anderson Cooper I thought this was a cool story. This retarded looking dog that came from a breeder. That somebody took it home and whatever. And had it. It was a good dog, even though it looked like somebody crushed his head in. But it's not. It's a deformity from overbreeding. So that is messed up. But somebody took it in, and it had a pretty good, half decent life.
Was that woman from overbreeding too?
I don't know.
Wait, what you said?
That woman they showed, I didn't know if that was from overbreeding too.
It might have been, man. Yeah, that's messed up. And then there's more of these. Look at this guy. They went crazy. They got the hose out. They're throwing chairs, pushing stuff.
Oh, the bicycle.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Look, they're just throwing random stuff at them. Look. So you could tell that there's a good sense that everybody knows that it's fake news out there.
People are waking up.
Looters will be shot.
That's right. These people ain't playing. They're saying if you come in and try to steal their shit, they're going to plug you. Hey, and this is America, and you have the right to protect your shit and your property. And I don't know. If you can't see those signs, I don't know how to help you.
Right? I mean,
because that's pretty big. It's like, and you're thinking, bullet or Bud Light? Bullet or Bud Light?
I said I'd drive to the next gas station and hit it up instead of that one.
Yeah, right. And then Israel's bombing Damascus and Syria. So, if you guys wanted to care about that. But, oh, yeah, and then you should go check. I forgot to open it up, but you guys should go to InfoWars and check out this performance art piece about Anderson Cooper doing the same thing, where he got out there with, I forgot where the puddle, there's a picture of it somewhere. I lost it, but whatever. I'll share it later. But it's basically Anderson Cooper out there in a big puddle with, they got the fan blowing on him, and he's trying to pretend like he's in the storm, too.
Wow. Shocker.
Anything for ratings.
Exactly.
But we're supposed to believe him about serious stories too.
Yeah.
What?
No, I was reading the chat.
What's going on in the chat? I hope you guys are having fun.
Tim says, out my way in Norcar, some looters just got life.
Ooh. That's messed up. So I was thinking this is about the time of the show where we let our guest Brian take over and talk about what he wants to talk about.
What you want to talk about?
Because he's the guest, and we made him listen to our stupid news.
Dude, I ain't got nothing to talk about. I don't know
How's it going?
No,
You've been pretty busy on your on your channel, right? You've been doing
Yeah, man.
shows every
Lots of
day.
videos.
I have been pretty busy. Actually, it's actually been going pretty good. To be honest with you, I just started hitting chat rooms up and just asking everybody, "Hey, let's do a show," because I want to bring all the different voices in from people in the community. I find you get better, honest answers that way.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Every once in a while, though, you wonder if you should have made contact with a person, but for the most part, people are pretty cool that you get on.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about your guest. I meant just in general on here. Sometimes you find people that are not, like going down the same path of the energy field as you. They're like going in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
And I don't need friction.
I mean, it's as simple as that.
Yeah, exactly.
You ever guys ever trip on that there do seem to be like different people born, like a lot of people talk about star seeds or whatever, or people are born with souls and people aren't. I've heard all kinds of theories, but it does seem like that people are set on their own version of a path, whether it's good or bad. And the ones that do bad shit, they don't care. They think it's just as good of a journey as you do about doing good stuff.
Yeah. Sad.
And it's bizarre, man. And I just, it's trippy stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because everybody's full of those spirits, like the Catholic Church is saying everybody needs to be exorcised now. The whole world's like, what were they saying? I forgot. It was a while back, but they were pretty much saying that everybody's got a, what do you call that when they get in your body? Possessions.
A demon?
Yeah, a demon. Yeah. That's right. Like a demon's possessing you or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're going to trust the pedophiles to come around and expel the demons from you.
Demons be gone. You remember that movie?
they need to start doing. They need to start exercising each other off instead of messing with kids.
Yeah. Hi Trina. Hi Seven Serpents.
Perform those exorcisms themselves to each other.
Oh my gosh! Why is it?
I mean, it's basically just Saturnalia, sacrificing young boys, no matter how it is. Sorry, should I have said that?
Yeah. Sick.
Yeah, but they're not the only group doing it, though.
So,
no, God.
I've been seeing that you've been connecting a lot of people on your channel by making, by inviting just all different people. Like
Yeah,
you're I don't know what's the word. Like you're the
facilitator.
Yes.
The facilitator. Awesome.
Well, I mean, supposedly that's what I'm supposed to be doing, so I like to think that I am.
Well,
and I mean, I think that's what it's all about, is bringing a community together. And look at the community we got. There's a lot. Everybody has their own thing to.
I know.
So, that's pretty cool.
It's really cool. It's really cool because, I can see, like, I feel like we all found each other within, like, the last year. And everything just happened so fast.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I've said it before, I think we all sought each other out. And like you said, it's definitely picked up traction, especially over the past year, 6 months especially, it's exploded.
I knew that. I just had a feeling that 2018 was going to be a big year. Like, I just knew that was,
I think my thing
never imagined all the
2020
changes and cycles closing and everything that the eclipses and brought us. And
yeah,
I'm
waiting for the 2020 thing, because the occult is going to be uncovered and we'll all see in 2020 vision, supposedly, and then they'll hit the big reset because they're not going to like that. That's what it seems like it's leading to me. There's two types of things going on. There's the people that want to hoard and hide information, and the other people seeking it, and it's all going to come to a head in the next 2 years. Watch.
And 2020. Yeah. Go ahead, Brian.
I was just going to say, and you also got those people that think that the 7-year cycle started with the last eclipse here in America, and think 2021 is when the rapture is.
You know, you could be right, because you know how the occult hides stuff, and they didn't start counting one at one. And you know, like year one was actually on a clock would be 0 until it turned 1.
Right.
But we call it year one. So really, year one is year one, and 0 is like the year before it.
The Mayans are one of the first cultures that, actually the only one, if I'm wrong, I don't know, don't quote me on that, that started counting with 0.
Well, they're one of the, yes, they're one of them, definitely. There was only a couple cultures that came up with 0.
Yeah.
Sumerians had 0. The Indus Valley, the Hindu had 0. And the Islam people were using 0 in modern math first for a long time. But yeah, you're right. The Mayans and different people all had 0. You have to have a spot for nothing. I mean, that's a concept that
The 0 point. Actually, I was
And you
reading.
know, who's saying when that determines when 0 is? You know, like, I mean, really, this whole concept of time is all just a bunch of bullshit anyway.
Yeah. Well, you know, I read a paper, a peer-reviewed paper the other day that was talking about that they believe that when the singularity or the Big Bang or the center of the string first burst forth, because you know, like string theories, like there's still a point of a singularity where all these universes come out of that. Or you could think of the single universe where the singularity just burst out into matter and gravity and all, and light and heat and all of that at once. But anyway, they're saying that they believe time is also just a wave, just like a gravity wave, and that it's going out, you know, outwards, just like with everything, but that the end of it is coming soon, like the end of the energy wave we call time, that we perceive as time. It's going to end just like some of the other waves that have been broadcasted out, like microwave and all of these other things.
I want to read something because I actually, this is just some notes that I wrote from the book, The Cosmology of the Law of Time. And I mean, there's just some notes that I wrote, but I just want to share because we're talking about the 0 point, right? So I hope it makes sense. I don't know. It says here, the mind's transmission is a function of the 4th dimensional, vigesimal, meaning 20, or the 0 to 19 code. Within the code, the mind of the receiver is an open field, representing the 0 point. 0 is emptiness, the absolutely void. The transmitter represents the 19, the points of absolute fullness. The 19 imprints the 0 with a pure numerical cosmology, burns the remnant of the old being in a process of purification, transformation into a new being. I don't know.
Whoa, that was a mouthful. I wonder what kind of new being I'll be. I want to be one of those things on that movie with the, you know, where they fornicate with their ponytails. What's that movie?
Oh, Avatar? Oh my God.
They're all like getting it off with their ponytail. Oh yeah, yeah. You notice it's okay to do it with the animals and plants too.
Oh my God.
I'm just
You know, a lot of people say that we're transferring back into our crystalline bodies, our light bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what cancer is. It's everybody's light burning them out from radiation from the inside.
Oh wow.
I've been wondering this too. And I know this is maybe a dumb idea to some people, but you know how cancer is like a mutation, basically, where of cells aren't doing right and they just keep reproducing. And I was wondering if maybe that happens maybe every so often in the line of evolution. And then, you know, like a bunch of the ones that didn't work out, they die off of, you know, the sickness or whatever. But some people that get cancers, they live through it and then they produce a baby that has an altered gene that doesn't get that whatever again. And we're not, like, scientists are determined not to let you find out what you eventually mutate into. Like, they want to kill off with radiation and chemo anybody that gets any kind of cancer and make sure that, you know, however that develops out doesn't happen. It's just a weird idea I had, like, you know, because you notice mutations aren't cool like on the movies. We don't get laser beams or none of that shit. People just start coughing or their skin peels off or whatever happens. But I figure that maybe there is a biological purpose somewhere in nature for tumors and things like that, that when things start mutating over to a new species, they have to kind of go through a metamorphosis, you would think.
Oh, wow. That's very
I
interesting.
think we're actually evolving as a species right now from the cosmic radiation. I think that's why this awakening is happening so quick, because of all this. We're getting that radiation from the sun going in the minimum, plus from that supernova out of Sirius B. We're getting pounded with it. Plus, our galaxy, our solar system's going through a more energetically enhanced part of space. You know, however we went from Sagittarius Arm to the Orion Spur, you know, that. So I think, you know, we're actually evolving in real time, and I think that's why these people are waking up so quick.
That's interesting that you say that, too. Do you think that's been happening all through human history as we keep going through different parts of space? Because, you know, like when they talk about the Dark Ages, people think, a lot of people that I've met, they don't get that the world was actually a darker place. It wasn't just that people were acting crazy and, you know, doing weird things during those times, and there was poverty, but the atmosphere was dark because there was shit in space between us and the sun when we were going through a part of the galaxy that had a bunch of gases and shit.
Well, there's actually scientific studies that have been done, like over past solar minimum cycles, there was like big jumps in technology and arts and human communication. So I think what it is, like, our bodies are used to getting this cosmic radiation at a certain level, and that's why you see a gradual evolution in mankind. But when we have these solar events, then you get that ramped up cosmic radiation. I think that's why you see these jumps in human growth and development.
Well, they say, like, well, that's actually how scientists try to tell you, is that they don't know why. It just, like, there was an event happened, and then we changed. They even have one called the Big Brain event. Like, why did our brain just, you know,
overnight?
And then there's other things like, you know, we have the big brain for hundreds of thousands of years, but we don't do nothing with it. And then all of a sudden, bam, we got art, and we're making clothes, and we're doing this and that and the other thing.
That's what I'm saying. There's correlation.
I think the Anunnaki stories. Oh, sorry, go ahead, man. I hate delays.
No, I'm just saying it was solar cycles. Go ahead. It was that, because I want to hear about the Anunnaki.
Oh, no, I was just saying that everybody says, you know, here they have the Apache and the Kachina. And then you go up a little north, and the Zuni have, you know, the Star Children. And then you go down to South America, there's the Space Brothers and Viracocha and all of the different guys that come from the sky down. And you got the Anunnaki, and the Chinese got dragons. And so I'm not denying that those things may or may not have happened in the past. But it seems like I don't think that they're totally responsible for everything man came up with. And like you're saying, there's little different events that kind of seem to show that we didn't get no space age bump. We just started, you know, drawing shit, or we made a better rock tools and better weapons all of a sudden. And I think those were things that man came up with already. Like, I don't think that our visitors did that. I think that's something inherent.
Yeah, I agree. I want to ask you something. So, you know, the Anunnaki, supposedly they made us a slave race to mine gold for them, and they used it in their atmosphere, right? So do you think we're trying to do the same thing with this aluminum oxide and all that they're putting into the air with chemtrails?
I've had that thought over and over again.
Oh, wow.
I know that the Book of Enki, a lot of people don't like Zechariah Sitchin, but he threw it together pretty good, a bunch of different texts, and no one argues that he did know how to read Sumerian, one of only 12 people in the world. And they argue about little tiny details and try to debunk them. I've seen the debunkers, and basically it's on a pronunciation of one word versus another word, or an argument of their interpretation of it. But he puts that together pretty good. And the story they tell is pretty much some guys on a planet. They sorted out some political shit, but their planet was dying. Their politicians didn't want to do nothing about it. So some people took over. This guy, Lelu, just took over the government. He was a dictator. He took over the kingship. And then he didn't do shit about it. And then the guy, Anu, was a young guy, and he took over. They fought. He took over as king, and he sent his kid after Alelu, because Alelu escaped, and he went to a mythological place called Earth. You know, Earth was mythological to them, but it was in their ancient history that there was a planet that they go by and whatever. So they go, and then Inky goes, and then the whole story after that sounds just like this, what we're doing. Genetic engineering. When they get here, they start fucking with the plants, the animals, and then they were doing chemtrails on their planet. We're doing chemtrails on our planet. I don't know. It does sound like the same story. And then if you listen to
repeating it,
the Anunnaki, and they did stuff that you hear about all the time. They were molesters. They raped. They like to drink. They like to use human beings for their wars.
History always repeats itself.
That's crazy.
And I would just wonder, these poor humans back then that were told, hey, well, look, these guys made you, 100,000 years ago. You got to listen to them. So they're saying, this guy doesn't like his cousin over in another country, so we need all y'all 100,000 men to go over there and fight his guys' men while they sit at the top of the pyramids and play it like a video game, and we're the cannon. And it seems like wars are pretty much the same now. There may be someone hiding behind these elite that's... You think about it, Anunnaki could still be running this planet from here. They just don't show themselves. They got a little inner circle. They send out the George Soroses and the this and that to represent the top of the top, but there's somebody above them. Otherwise, they wouldn't all go meet in these Bilderberg and Davos meetings because they're picking up their orders.
Oh my gosh. Trina said, God came down to take wives. She's like, hope that's not next.
Hey, man. Like, I joked about that when I redid the Book of Inky. I was joking about, there were some Anunnaki that just had a longing to probe someone, so they came to Earth,
No, good. Wow.
And I'm not down with any little grays gang probing me either, so I'm not down with those kind of idea of aliens.
It's kind of in another topic. Mrs. Elite, I guess she don't know you're famous. Yes, Mrs. Elite Nugs, yes. I guess she's not aware that you're famous on YouTube now because...
I don't know if I'm any more famous than I was last year at this time. I had a couple viral videos then, but then, people forget. And I don't care about no stupid fame or nothing. I'm doing this for fun and because I want to find out too.
Well, because she asked, have you seen the videos on the FBI closing the observatory and evacuating the whole town? So... Well, how do you want to address that, Ransom?
Yes, I have seen those videos.
And
I am the FBI.
No. Actually, you know what'd be cool to talk to that dude that comes on Rex's channel. The guy that talked about the shadow people and the abduction thing to him when he was a kid. What's his name? D'Souza or something like that. He comes on Leak. But that guy's a real FBI guy. He's the real X-Files guy. I kind of want to see what he thinks about them leaving that stuff in the garbage. And I think that had to be some lab guy doing, like, being a dork, man. I really do. I just think somebody thought, you know what? They're evacuating us. This would be funny if we leave this X-Files thing in the garbage. These conspiracy theorist nuts are just going to go crazy.
Well, Mrs. Elite Nugs, Ransom actually, go to his channel. If any of my mods can link Ransom's channel to the chat, that will be awesome so she can check it out. He actually went up there and made a video and made a guy that made a drone, right? A drone.
Yeah, the guy had a drone up there too. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, and he shot a video. He made it to the Leak Project and he made it to the Sun and the UK news.
And Ravenwolf made it to the Leak Project too.
Oh.
Yeah, Ravenwolf did too.
I don't even want to know. God, I was freaking out the whole time.
It did that today too, yesterday when we did the other show. I come on every time I connect to her thing, and then when I leave and I go to another one, it says her name on it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, and somebody in the chat was like, oh, I didn't know Ravenwolf was a dude. That's shockingly shocking. I was like, oh my gosh.
I didn't know you were a dude either. Nothing against it. Do your thing.
Gosh, I'm not. Anyways.
Oh God, now there's going to be videos. Ravenwolf.
Yes, that is the secret that all of us YouTubers in the circle are hiding, is that Raven is a transgendered male.
Oh my gosh, that is so fake news.
It's
Mr. David, Mr. Wolf.
You're way too feminine, man. If you were a dude and I couldn't tell, I would be ashamed of myself. And that's no offense to no one. That's just something impersonal to me. Because I have seen some guys that have done some pretty good, I don't convincing jobs of looking like a woman, but there's something about them that lets me know that I have that thought that they're a dude, and I'm like a 99.9% right every time. I've never been wrong about someone changing. You can't fake it. I'm sorry. You're born with a certain light, and you put off that light, and even if you change out your meat, the light comes out anyway.
Can't get rid of the atoms, I believe. Well, yeah, you can shave it down, I guess.
The link that I just put there, in Mrs. Elite Knox, that's Ransom's channel. So go ahead and subscribe to him. And yeah, she said that
don't believe Tyler. Don't believe Tyler at Secure Team. I am not FBI. My son is only 13. He's not even old enough to go to the thingy yet.
Tyler from what channel?
Tyler from Secure Team.
Oh yeah, he said that there were 2 FBI agents walking.
No. To be fair, he didn't say that there was. He said, I don't know if they are. I don't know if they're armed. I don't know what's going on. He did say the truth, but he gave the inference that it might be.
Thank you, Ultraviolet. You're so sweet. But yeah.
Made my kid's day, though. I'm telling you what, he loves Leak Project and Secure Team because they got all the...
She said she watched Tyler. Yeah, he did. So, yeah, that was Ransom and his son.
There was my 3 seconds of fame. Let's move on.
But anyways, you guys, we've been here a little bit over an hour. And
that's all?
No. Huh?
That's all? I was having so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't eaten anything.
Now the truth comes out. It's munchie time.
No,
right, everybody. She cuts the guests off at munchie time over at the Raven Wolf channel. She's just like, you know what? It's time to eat. Sorry, you got to go. 420 time was like a long time ago, and now it's
time for Mr. Wolf.
Oh my gosh. That's not true. That is so rude.
Fake news. No. Anyway, yeah, I gotta go heat up my pot of beans too.
But anyways, I want to thank you, Brian, for coming to the R&R show.
Yeah.
And putting up with us.
I thank you both for having me. I really had a good time.
And I think you should be a reoccurring guest.
I agree.
I'll come back anytime you ask.
Well, you have me and Sue, and I mean, you and Sue have me and
Whoa! Oh, now that's what's really going on. Yay!
Oh keep missing. I've got to keep it at 2 people because my bandwidth issues are just terrible.
Okay. Because I was gonna say maybe we can have Sue join us.
Every guy wants to hear stuff like that. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Whatever.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'll come back anytime you ask. I promise you that. And I'd like to have you two back on too.
Yes.
Cool.
That'll be cool.
Bad Ransom though, huh?
Oh yeah.
But anyways, thank you so much, you guys, for watching us and stopping by. Again, thank you, Ransom and Brian, and you guys. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.
Adios.
Bye.
Thank you.